The letter R wears a crown. On the ribbon below, a light above descending. Okay, so let's go back in. Let's go ask for that key. I'm trying to do small things here. Now, there's also experience points. We just gained some. Oh, wait. Experience points, skill points. Hold on. Okay, oh. So I have leveled up. I think. Okay, so I put one into Encyclopedia. What do we do? What is useful for me? I'm pretty good at a lot of these, so it might be worthwhile putting points into something closer to empathy. Perception seems kind of helpful. We needed visual calculus earlier, but it wasn't enough. Let's see. So let's go ask for the key first and foremost, and then figure the rest out. I should probably also talk to the lady in the wheelchair.
Real mature, man. What exactly were you trying to accomplish? You do understand you still owe me money, right?
Damn, your feet thought we got away. I'm sorry. I know it was irresponsible for me to run. You have to understand, I was desperate. You know what? The stupid drinks you've had are on the house. You know why? Because I know you can't pay for them. Not because you ran away. Crosses his arms. Now, I still have to charge you for 3 nights and the broken window. That's 100 square. Thank you for your cooperation. Don't thank me yet. You still owe me 100 real. If you don't have it by tonight, I can't let you up there. He points upstairs towards your room. Now, what the hell did you want? I assume you wanted something to come back here. Let's see. Talk to Sylvie. She left because of me, not you. Wait, what? He looks up surprised. But what about the bird? The bird? Yes, the bird. I found it lying on the floor with a broken wing the morning she left. She didn't break it, I did. I threw it against the wall. You broke the skua. His face is flushed with emotions. A rash covers his neck. I assure you, it was him. Why on earth did you have to break the skua? I just break things. It's the way I am. I can't even believe it. I was so sure it was Sylvie. Even worse, I thought she was trying to send me a message. Symbol of hope and all. A tender type of hope. Something stirs in you. Perhaps this is why you broke it. Alright, he calms himself. Did she say anything else about me, you know? He repeats, did she say anything about me? She said she was flattered. It was just bad timing. Really? The man doesn't know what to say. He wipes his brow and stares at the counter. I should give her a call then. Thanks, I guess. He gives you a short nod. Was there anything else you wanted, or... is the trash container out back yours? Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags. Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked? Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors, too. They put their trash there, and they don't pay for the garbage company. I thought as much. Are you the only party with access to the trash container? Well, yes, us and the garbage disposal company. It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you. I wonder what this feeling is. Prod him and find out. Doesn't it seem callous to you, guarding even your leftovers from the poor? Callous? What are you, Krasmazov? Almost all establishment in Revikal keep their trash locked. Whirling in Rags is not special in that regard. Krasmazov, nom de guerre, was an economist and a historical materialist. He was a leading figure on the Grad side of the Centennial Revolution, where he headed the 9-day government. Mazov is considered the father of scientific communism, Mazovian thought, or Mazovianism. Yum yum, tell me more. He killed himself. Maybe I am Krasmazov. What were we talking about? Was this not about the trash container? No, wait. Whisper and point to the back of your head. What if I'm Razmazov? No. Yes, let's return to that. Let's see. We need those keys. What for, Mazov? Are you planning to nationalize my trash container? It concerns the case. The lieutenant's voice is harsh and sudden. Please cooperate. He takes the keys from under the counter and hands them to you. Just bring them back once you're done, please. Oh. By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and I'm sure this place isn't it. Do we even have one? But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere. Up on Marvel Hill? Why did you say that? These are just synapses firing. It doesn't mean anything. You really don't know, do you? I don't. Does this mean I'm homeless? Something produced by the random firing of synapses doesn't sound like a place you can stay if you run out of money. Could I trace the way back somehow to the exact street, the exact number on a building? Oh, okay. Thought gained lonesome way home. A lonesome long way home. You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you have the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear. Cool. I would have liked to do the Hobocop one, but that had a more useful end result.
Hello again, sweetie. I see you met up with your colleague.
So Lena the cryptozoologist's wife. The lieutenant nods politely. Easy reaction speed. Easy success. Wait, who's Sweetie? Who's Sweetie?
Why? You are, officer.
I'm no Sweetie. Look at me.
You are a handsome man, officer, with your moustache and your chiseled jaw, and that silly dimple on your chin.
Thanks. I appreciate it.
You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained, I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
Her eyes glitter over the rims of her glasses as she looks up, smiling. This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot. How'd you like to roll with me? Her eyes light up. Whatever do you mean? I want you to be my wheelchair partner in fighting crime, ridding backyards of corpses, catching sequence killers. Sequence killers? Oh my, she sounds impressed. But I think you already have a partner, sweetie. A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from the tree. I know, but there's also side mysteries, sequence killers, and forays into the paranatural. I can assure you, with absolute certainty, there are no sequence killings taking place in Martinez. Now, gentlemen, no need to squabble. She turns to you. I wouldn't be of much use to you anyway, sweetie. Why? 3 heads are better than 2. Thank you, but she looks out the window wistfully. Martinez isn't the most wheelchair-accessible place, you see. I'd slow you down. She turns back to you with a hopeful glint in her eyes. Perhaps another time. Okay. I'm not going to beg. She was nice. Sidekick grandma. I don't know. I mean, how hilarious would it be if she was secretly easy mode and by recruiting her, she's just like, except for the fact that she's limited on where she can go, as long as she's there, everything is laughably easy. Because that would be pretty dang rad. Anyway, let's check this out. We still haven't got the corpse down, and I'm not really sure how we're going to be able to, because it doesn't really give me the prompt for it. Anyway, open the padlock with the key. With a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't. Didn't I just have a premonition that there is something in there? There is, but you won't like it, so it forms on your brow. Your hand is still on the lid. Open the lid. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste. We're just in time, the lieutenant peers in. This hasn't been emptied for over a week. Let's see. Look under the boxes of carton. You see milk, an egg rest with one broken egg on it, some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. You've done this before. The movements are recorded in your elbows. The methodology in your fingers, you're used to this. Used to what, dumpster diving? No, searching for evidence in the trash. Dive further. Box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below. And turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however. Pick at the rags. Among the threadbare kitchen trowels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers. Grab them. The legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage. A rank corpse smell fills the air. The victim's clothes. The lieutenant smells them. Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. The lieutenant produces a black plastic bag marked evidence from his pocket. Drop them here, officer. Bag the trousers. Kim quickly searches the jeans. Guitar, mark, blue jeans. Pockets empty, or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too, a wide belt. The loops appear stretched, but... He looks into the container. The belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? Might have another bag here. Or I have another bag here. Something slimy catches your eye. Reach for it. A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, and appears... A drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the... Or olive-colored, not covered. God damn it. Appears from the food waste, dripping with pus. Bag the shirt. This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. He nods to himself. Anything more? The rest of the rags is just kitchen variety waste. A yellow mug catches your eye. But other than that, a towel, a mug, that's all. Who puts clothes in the trash? Alright, we should go to Garte again and ask if he knows who put clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard, or that one. He nods towards the red-haired boy behind him. I'd advise against confronting that force. You think someone from the whirling might have been involved, maybe? Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash, the lid was locked, and this establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread. And... okay. God. Ask the kids who put them there. The FC's on about kids. The one behind the fence yells. You hear that, Kuno? He thinks you're an infant or something. See. Okay. Search the food waste. It's just organic waste, cold and slimy in your hands. Apple and potato peels mostly, unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, nothing. It's nothing. Nothing more to see here. What's this? What? A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. It looks like the corner of something. Pick it out. Damaged ledger. Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes written in a man's handwriting. Officer, is that your paperwork? I don't know what this is. It is. Look. He points at the clipboard. The plastic has the RCM street code on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there. A miserable-looking slip of paper sticks to the board. If you don't mind my asking, how could you have let your paperwork end up in the trash? I think I didn't want to be a cop anymore. That's why I tried to flush my cop life down the toilet. Well, he doesn't know what to say. Lucky we found it. You should take stock of what remains, just to be sure it is not made into the hands of the RCM's adversaries, organized crime and the like. There might have been police secrets in your notes. Okay, I'll do that. It'd also not hurt... Read your ledger and name the case. Okay, it would not hurt to start taking notes on the case. He peers into the trash, where soggy cartons and rags stink uninvitingly. Now tell me that, or what your eagle eyes see, or we finished. Some items, such as the ledger you found, are interactable. Go to your inventory and find the interact tab. Okay, and let's grab that mug. Pick up a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron. An antique? It's only in its social sensibility. Take the mug. The man briefly glances at the mug, then returns his sight to the trash. Close the lid. The container sounds a muffled gong. It's one thing off the list. The lieutenant sounds relieved. I think we got it all. Leave. Okay, so I got some stuff. So let's quick save. Hey, so we've been monitoring you internally, and now we know you're copotype. Wait, there are copotypes? Yes, guess what's yours? Sorry, cop? I'm sorry, I'm not sure. Yes, sorry, cop. The cop who's sorriest. Let's make it official then, shall we? Okay, but what are the other copotypes? Oh, you know, Apocalypse, Superstellar, the Advanced Interesting Cop, Liquid Shadow Cop. But you're too sorry to say those things, so here we go. Let's see, I'm sorry, opt in. Rigorous self-critique. Of course you are. It's okay. See if you can get something out of this, like info, or maybe every time you say you're sorry, you get $1 million. That won't happen. This is the logo of the municipality of Revacol.
Kuno, the pig's getting pretty close to me. Come to snuff my shit out, I think.
It's a girl? Alright, take a step closer.
Looks like it's time for me to go, Kuno. Pig's come to take me in.
I just want to ask you some questions.
I'm going away for a long, long time, Kuno. Going away for life.
What's going on there? Fuck are you trying to pull, pig?
Child, converse with me.
Murder was the case. Was the case they gave me.
She has almost vanished behind the fence. Only the top of her hat remains. Well, I'm going to operate under the assumption that none of this matters. Said sorry too much. Now you're typecast. Well, it happens that I am sorry. Ladders for kids who can hold the weight of a grown man. So we gotta get a ladder. That would explain things. Well, we've got a cool looking coat up there and some other stuff. I guess, can I get to this stuff? No. That's reachable elsewhere. Let's check the secret space behind. Okay, this is kind of eerie. So we've actually got quite a lot of skill points for that one. What else do we have? Interact. I've got the cup. Let's see. Broken-eared mug somehow made its way into the Whirling in Rags dumpster. It depicts a person of Samaran descent frolicking in a field of saffron flowers, buck-toothed and grinning feeble-mindedly. Ugh. Seems to be a cheap knockoff of some colonial-era antique. A racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much. But a lot to read into here, actually. Look at all that content. I hate this option. Mug didn't belong in the trash. It was just a funny mug. Can't anyone laugh anymore? This is awful. This mug is an example of prejudice. Okay, yeah. Oh boy, here we go. What are you gonna say about the broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage? This mug is an example of prejudice. I'm not going to use it as an example of what not to do. Yeah, but it was in the trash. Why don't you just call it how you see it? Or do some volunteering work. Just finish your case, detective. Okay. And damage the ledger. It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from a plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner. Anything else? It is a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you. Below the pathetic's terror, do not look into his blue heart. Inspect the toilet paper. It's just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want. Take it off. Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off your fingers and voila, the ledger now looks marginally better. Inspect the clip. An aluminum block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip. Run your fingers across the aluminum. The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before. Hey, Lieutenant, what's this? Point to the sticker. What? He's lost in his own notes. Takes a moment for him to see it. That thing, it's a halogen watermark. Use it for adding information to RCM property. Interesting. What kind of information? It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. Information varies by date of issue. How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that. Oh, wait, okay. How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that. What? Oh, I see. It'll have that information how long you've been on the force. I'm gonna read it. Any capable light with the right wavelength will do. Like, for example, read the watermarks. All RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too. This means you can read watermarks if you turn the lights on. Thank you. Okay. Okay, browse the white papers. They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across the entire pages. The paper itself is checkered with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper. The case files themselves are plenty. Become more than 100 sodden, crumpled-up earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible." What is in there? What are they about? Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51. This year. The exact number is hard to estimate due to its missing pages, and an odd naming convention. But there's at least 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken, not completed, mind you. It's the middle of March. You've attempted 2 cases a week on average. It's 2 cases a week. A good caseload, Lieutenant? Huh? He raises his nose from his notes. 2 complex cases to undertake is quite a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes. 2 cases a week appears to have been my load, Lieutenant. I'm not sure if I completed them, though. 2, he raises both eyebrows. That's a lot. I didn't mean to say that you're making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me. I burned out all right. That's okay, he nods, and turns back to his own case files. We all do, sooner or later. Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hands. The handwriting is extremely dense. Okay. Mention of a naming convention here. Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has a case number written on the margins, yet, more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name. A title one might say even. One that draws inspiration from Snoop fiction and Vespertine cop show staples. Oh my, and they're written in capital letters too. Yes, all caps. One is called the Next World Mural. Another, the Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, the Unsolvable Case. More? Others appear more lighthearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location. And the murder at the hookah parlor. Even the rare article free of collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done later, once you're done expecting them up close. Inspecting? Did I say expecting? I don't know. Anyway, inspecting them up close. I have to open an official case. Is there room? There is for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish. Commit to paper. Medium success. Sadly, the ledger only comes with an old worn-down pencil. It's unfitting for this monumental event. The ledger only comes with a only comes with an old worn-out pencil. It'll do barely, but... Cam, do you have a pen? The lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. 2 fat, shiny pens hang from the binder like large caliber bullets on an ammo belt. He's not really saying anything, just standing there, looking at them. Fine, I'll just use this crappy pencil. Absolutely motionless at first, and then animating slowly, imperceptibly even, the lieutenant begins to browse his notes again, leaving you to the case files. Okay. You start scratching the tasks you've completed onto the paper with a brash, freehand uncannily similar to the rest of the letters. The words come easily. It's almost robotically simple, a language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect victim's body. Interview cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be pretty out of place. Cross out the ones you've already finished. Hey, and morale went up. And this is part of the reason why I don't want to do too much morale fiddling, because it's going to go up and down. Anyway. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you. And you. And I didn't need to take those headache pills. Oh well. You're a swashbuckler with that pen, Harry, and it feels good. It feels like completion. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. All that remains is to name the case. Lieutenant, have you by any chance named our case? No, actually. Any ideas? Furies are at home on the mirror. At home in the mirror. Furies. Yes, well, it's obvious he doesn't like it. I don't know, I have to be honest, I'm not expecting the internal strife that refers to. And also, he furrows his brow. We make it a little less poetic somehow. Just a normal case name, you know? Think, what would that be? A good normal name. Yes, yes, you know what that normal name is. It's so plain. Anything else, please. Shit on a stick. Ha! Yes. He isn't actually laughing. I have to tell you, officer, I don't appreciate ironic titles. Other officers will have to use this as reference. If it's idiot or cockfinger, they're not going to get it. They're going to think an idiot and a cockfinger were on this case. So, do we have anything less funny? The Hanged Man. Great, that's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now. I leveled up. I'll have to see how that works. Or maybe I'd leveled up earlier. Okay. So I don't get the opportunity to raise my stats at all ever, it looks like. Maybe? Yeah, it doesn't look like I can. So I just have 2 skill points that I can spend on stuff. You know, reaction speed might actually be very, very important. So let's do reaction speed and interfacing for the time being. We'll work with the rest. Might be worth putting a little bit into physical stuff, but that'll be later. Okay. Gim, all my cases employ a naming convention similar to what we used on ours. Yes, how very childish of you, he mumbles. In your and my defense, almost everyone in the RCM uses the titular system, in addition to the official alphanumeric. Why's that? It's a holdover from the early days of RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea on how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves. Seem to have named a case the Square Bullet Hole Murders. Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one. He peeks into his notes. The man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself. He smiles. I pray his loved ones never find out what happened to him. Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident. Okay, close the case files. Let's see. Can I read the case files now? No, I failed. It's possible, yes. Easy, no. You need to come up with a small archaeological system in order to reorder the remains of your past works. At the moment, all they do is fall apart in your hands. Some dates and the numeric titular system is all you have. Okay, so put skill points into logic to open this white check. So I can come back to this just at a later date. Also, I get a bonus for that. Kim explained the system, and that's cool. Browse the yellow papers. In the back, you see thin, translucent copier papers, some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms waiting to be filled out. Then rip them from the binder, hand them out, according to the type of form. What types of forms are there? 3. The topmost are misconduct fines. The middle ones are station calls. The bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of. You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work. Misconduct fine. A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields, but they appear pleasantly vague. Station call. These are quite sinister in tone. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing. And field autopsy. A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form, waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs. Okay, enough of those. Yes, all that remains now is to fill out those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. What delicious power hid within this pathetic mess. You feel better. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper. Let's see. Look at the clipboard. Made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4-sized board feels thick and heavy in your hand, like shimmers on its wet surface. On the back, you see the embossed letters, RCM. Shake the ledger. Something rattles inside ever so slightly. Is there a hidden compartment? Peek inside. Plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but not see-through. You cannot see the center. What did you say the color was? Blue. The blue heart. Don't look into it. Okay, how do I open it? Open the hidden compartment in the clipboard. Let's see. Let's put the ledger away for a second. Close out of all of this. Quick save, because I'm a scum lord. And we're gonna go take a look at that again. Now, I could kill some time and go back into... Oh boy. Journal, tasks. So we don't have a map yet. So, these are tasks, and these are things that I can't do. These are found white checks. Those on white are available to try now. Okay. And these are tasks. So read the watermarks. Who puts clothes in the trash? Pay for damages. Track down your gun. Track down your badge. Okay, so there's a lot to unpack here. And I can see done. Oh, and real time does seem to matter here, at least to some degree. So I should probably get a bit of a move on, because it's almost noon. Okay, silver plate with traces of bone yellow powder. Be still, my beating heart. It's amphetamine, sweet amphetamine. The lieutenant isn't studying the powder in the mirror. He's studying you. There's a vague way to ask where he stands on drug use. Professionally, I mean. Someone has taken narcotics here. Perhaps the police should interfere? Perhaps not. He looks at you. This is below our pay grade, detective. However, he points to the ladder in the corner. See that ladder there? That's probably another way into the industrial harbor, no? A secret path the local kids use. Poster says, get out of the way or get effed up. Cured pig's head. Looks mummified. Empty tube of magnesium supplement. Anything else? Yes. Holy shit, I'm poor. How much money do I have? I've got a $1.83. Oh boy, it's gonna be hard to... It's gonna be really tough to afford that fine. Vaguely and probably impossible, but we'll see how we go here. That might be too high up. Okay, let's look at some things. The doorway's gonna collapse soon. Restoration pillars keep the runes together. We get Grand Quran 37. It's a postcard, I guess. Well, I guess one way I'm going to pay off this debt is just by selling stuff, I guess. And we got Nosafed. What else we got? Kitsuragi is going to hate my guts by the time we're done, but that's okay. Man who would leave perfectly good booze here. So I'm not going to be able to get that coat anytime soon. I'm going to show my build and stats. Let's see. Yeah, I can do that real quick. Where's the, This is not the journal. Where's my mind map that we were looking at earlier? Or my thought is... shoot. Oh, it's here. Okay, so that's... We're still going for a while on that one. So it looks like the kids kept going up this. And maybe you can interact with the coat from the rooftop? I guess I can. Maybe there's a way around that I didn't immediately see. Oh. Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing there. Look, Lieutenant. Someone left his cloak behind. Yes, it's probably yours. Bears the RCM insignia. And you have a habit of being careless with your equipment. He judges the drop. You'll probably make the jump. You look like you've done some track and field in your day. Let's see. I'm gonna hurt myself. What exactly are we doing up here? What are we doing? We're awfully close to breaking into the industrial harbor. They're bound to have information for us. I thought that was our intention. Or it could be that we're just exploring. Look around. The wind is aggressive up here. The lieutenant looks at the enormous crane towering in the distance, over the container yard. That machine is a Cavalson 1020 HK. Valson 1020 HK, pointed the crane. Is it? He looks at you impressed. Valson makes a lot of heavy equipment, but this is phenomenal even for them. But I digress. We're focusing on the cloak here. Looks at the sad piece of fabric, flapping in the wind. Jump for it. I'm gonna fall. Nope, I didn't. As you leap in the air, a chilly breeze engulfs you, sharpening your senses. Closing your eyes, let your senses take in the world around you. Ankles tingling from the sensation, blood roaring in your ears, you are ready for your rendezvous with the concrete pavement below. Continue your voyage through the salty air. As the concrete floor welcomes you, you realize it's been a while since you felt so alive, alert, and capable. Must be the adrenaline. I knew you could do it, the lieutenant exclaims. My climbing down might not have been as disco as your jump, but at least we can explore the harbor now. With your feet firmly planted on the concrete, the noise of the harbor rushes back in. Can I... Okay, there we go. Take my coat. Let's see, coat. Okay, Spirit of the Corpse and Shivers. Oh god. I'm gonna put this back on. Maybe I need a physical instrument. It makes me look like an asshole, but I kinda need it. So equipment's gonna be part of the way I get around some of my skill caps. Oh, hi. Punch clock, payphone. An imposing combination of punch clock and payphone is looking down at you from the wall. Note on the side says tokens unavailable due to strike. Use change. Well, we don't need that yet. Radio is emitting strange buzzing sounds. Standard office file cabinet. The drawers seem to be locked. Someone left the coffee machine on. The Dewey typewriter. The model name is on the back. Every worker, member of the board, is written at the top of the flyers. Below the flyer, the union logo, Demand Democracy. Dark liquid in the pot looks almost sentient. File cabinet. On second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close one of the drawers. It's unfortunate for the Union to just leave their paperwork lying around like this. Let's see what's in, he thinks. Open the drawer. Drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized selection of brown folders. Browse the folders. Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. Two kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revicol from the outside world. From Mundi, Grad, and even Ilmara. And the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revicol. Quran, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold. Anything interesting? It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are blurry. Let's see. Force yourself to go through the folders. Check failure. Ooh, look how blurry all the lines on the papers are. Look how unwieldy your own willpower is to yourself. You're like an absurdist submarine monk, focusing, or not focusing. Hermeneutics was almost within your grasp, but now only vague letters float in your eyes. Less meaningful, but aesthetically more pleasing. Could I actually focus through not focusing? You're a police officer, not a spiritual healer. You can focus the normal way by turning your attention to something and not letting go. If I let my eyes go completely out of focus, all the shapes start melting into each other. Is that what you're doing with those folders over there? No, of course not. Let's just get back to work, Lieutenant. My thoughts exactly, officer. Okay. Oh, I can try again. God damn it, I suck. Okay, these are things that we'll have to look at later. Oh, we get a photograph. Oh, sweet shades. Extra visual calculus. I wonder if equipment would actually do the trick. Well, I look kind of rad, at least. I wonder if my portrait ever stops being less gruesome. Door is locked and cannot be opened from this side without a pass card. I bet that's what that is for. I'm going to save my money for the time being, though. I'm not sure if we're going to get anything useful if I do go through there.